Hey, if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's a creation tool that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Are you looking to make extra income, streams of income? Are you looking to start a side hustle and have no clue on what type of side hustle that you can do to actually bring in a nice amount of multiple streams of income or extra cash to help you along your finances on a monthly basis? If this is something that you're interested in learning about, stick around because I am going to share that information with you, and we're going to talk about that right now. Hey beautiful faces, it's me Sunny, and welcome to another episode of Simply Sunny. If this is your first time tuning into my podcast, thank you. I really do appreciate you. I provide content to give you simple tips, steps, and ways on how to get busy living and how to live your life simple, and I will give you a boost of confidence so you can just go for it. Exactly. We all need a boost of confidence to just go for it. I also do the research for you, so you don't have to, on all of my topics that I discuss on my podcast, as well as my channel on YouTube, same name, Simply Sunny. And sometimes I would bring in a special guest who would also share their knowledge and expertise with you all so that you can gain some new information on something new. How about that? So on today's show, I am going to give you 10 steps on, not steps, I'm going to give you 10 tips on some side hustles, how to create multiple streams of income. We all want some multiple streams of income. I don't think anybody wants to turn that down. So I did the research for you so you don't have to, as I always do. And I came up with a few opportunities or a few ideas for you to add to your finances, and hopefully that some of these you may already be doing, and if you're not, give it a try and see if it works for you. So let's get started. I'm going to start with number 11. I'm actually going to give you 11. So let's get started. The first one is handyman or handy woman, because women are very skilled with the tools as well. So if you're very handy around the home and you can mount pictures or install TVs, or if you can paint really nice, or lay down a little tile here and there, or fix a doorknob, take the doors off and put on new doors, or change the doorknobs and put on new doorknobs. If you're able to do things like that, or if you're able to set up a surround sound in your home or someone else's home, if you have skills like this, you really can make some decent money on the side. So how do you get started with doing something like that or like this? There is an app called Handy, which connects people who are looking for handy individuals. So if you are good with your hands and tools and things of that nature, download the app Handy and sign up with them. And once you put in your profile and set up what skills and abilities and skills that you have, then people will contact you based on what you indicate the skills that you have. Also, Amazon Home Services is another one for you to list your skills and talents under. They would contact you to, do the things that you say that you can do on your profile. If you have a business or license for Amazon, I believe that's what they require you to have with them. But Handy is basically what it is. It's for people who do like little handy jobs, painting and trash hauling and changing doorknobs, things of that nature. So give it a try with that. The potential earning for that is $500 a month. And it could possibly be more depending on how you market yourself, because you don't necessarily have to use those apps. You can also promote yourself and market yourself on social media, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, Instagram, Twitter, those different types of platforms. You can market yourself with your services on there. Number 10 is help people move. People are moving around since the pandemic. Everyone was just in an uproar, either being evicted because of, not being able to work. And some people are still trying to find a place to call home, and still moving around, bouncing around, and just trying to get themselves stable. And of course, they have a lot of clutter and things that they want to move or get moved. So if you have a truck, this is the perfect side hustle for you. Moving furniture and from house to house, or from office to office, or from house to storage, or from office to storage. So there's so many different ways that you can utilize your truck if you have one. I recommend to have a truck and not go and rent a truck, which is going to cause you to have an additional expense. So if you have a truck, this is perfect for you. So how do you get started with this? There is another app called Dolly. Dolly is an app that connects people who are looking to move. So I do know they use Dolly on Facebook Marketplace, because I do a lot of selling on Facebook Marketplace, and I also look for things to purchase as well. And I saw this app on there where they will pick up whatever it is that you purchase on Facebook Marketplace. They'll pick it up, you pay for them to do it, and they would bring it to you. So this is a good app for you to download. The earning potential for this is $300 or more a month, depending on how you market yourself. And again, you don't have to just use Dolly. You can use Dolly along with all the social media platforms to promote your services. So number 9 is create stuff. I would say crafting, handmade skills that you are able to sell. So if you're good with pottery, making clothes, making handmade pillows, blankets, crocheting, paintings, different things like that. Any type of unique gift that you can add to the household, like printables or downloadables or anything like that. These are good ways to have which is a good side hustle, and to make multiple streams of income. And to get started with doing something like this, you want to create an Etsy shop. You can do Etsy, or you can do Amazon KDP, which is Kindle, where you can, publish your own ebook, or you can publish a no content book where there's no content in the book. It's just a book, almost like a journal. You post these on your Etsy page and, sell, and you can also, again, promote your items on social media, and this would also help you gain more revenues. And the way you start that, of course, I mentioned, is Etsy and Amazon and the other platforms. But the earning potential for this is $600 or more, depending on how you market yourself. So definitely, whatever craft skills that you have, or if you don't, you can always take up a craft skill, learn it, and perfect it really good, and then actually put it to use, and you can start making money from that. The next one is number 7 is list your house. And what I mean by that is so many different things that you can do by listing your house. You don't necessarily have to list your house to have people to sleep over. You can list your house or your room, or your garage, or your kitchen, or your patio, for space that you may not be using, or you may want to use, or you may want to list it for someone who wants to have a brunch, and they need a small, intimate space. So your patio may be the perfect size. It looks great. It's set up nice, and you can rent your patio out. You can also rent your kitchen. And your kitchen can be rented out to chefs who want to do like their YouTube channel, or if they want to promote, their services, and they need a really nice kitchen. If you have a really nice kitchen, you can rent your kitchen. Your garage can also be rented out for parking. So if you have a nice sized garage and someone needs a space to park a car where they couldn't park the car in their home, they can park it in your garage, and you can charge them to park the car in the garage. So there's so many different things you can do with your home. So you can list, of course, your rooms on Airbnb, Booking.com, Verbo, if you want to rent your room, or if you want to rent the house itself. If you don't want to do the entire house and you just want to rent those spaces, like I mentioned, like the patio, or if you want to rent, if you want to list the kitchen, then you can list those areas of the home on SetScouter.com or PeerSpace.com. Those spaces, those websites would allow you to set up pictures to show what you charge an hour, your guidelines, your rules, your do's, your don'ts, and set it up on there. And when you get a booking, you go from there. So that's another way that you can make some really good money. And this, you can make between $1,000 to $10,000 a month, depending on how you are marketing your services. So definitely try that. I'm actually on PeerSpace, and I'm on all three platforms, but I have not gone active with Airbnb. I've actually gone active with SetScouter. I had one booking with SetScouter, and they basically, booked the living room. So that's something else. And it was for a small film where they needed a living room setting, and they utilized it, and it was $1,000. So you can't beat that. So yeah, definitely try those and see how that works for you. Number 6, rent your car. There are so many different ways to rent your car. If you are comfortable with renting your car out, or buying maybe 2 or 3 nice, really good used cars as fleet, and then get the insurances that you need, and then start listing these cars on Turo, Getaround, Maven. These are all the sites where you are able to, list these cars. So Turo is the original car rental service, and one of the largest platforms like Airbnb, where you can list your car for rent. And Getaround is a new one, because once you make one, then everyone's just follow suit. It's also good for you to list your cars to rent. And then Maven is a car sharing service that focus specifically on GM vehicles. So that's General Motors. So they apparently only accept General Motor cars, but the other two, you can list any car. It doesn't matter. And the potential earning for this is $600 a month or more. Again, I always have to say, depending on how you market your services. Number 5, we are going to go online with freelancing. So freelancing is reading for companies, writing for companies, programs that make videos. You can do voiceovers, different things like that. There are so many different things that you can do with freelancing, and the sites that you can look up to get yourself started would be Proofread Anywhere, where you can get paid to be a professional proofreader if you're very, very good with catching things. Transcribe Anywhere, learn how to transcribe audio and get paid online. And then Facebook Side Hustle Course, learn how to dominate social media for small businesses. 10,000 VA, which is virtual assistant, learn how to become a high paid virtual assistant. And then bookkeepers are always needed, so you can learn how to become a bookkeeper, and then to help businesses with accounting online. And the potential earning for these are $5,000 or more within the year, $5,000 a month within the 12 months. So to think about, you might want to think about freelancing and just look up those apps or those websites and give it a try and see how that works for you. Number 4, tutoring. If you are an educator, or if you are someone who has some form of skill where you are able to teach anyone, not just students in high school or college, you can teach anyone, and get paid to tutor kids, or teens or adults, tutor them online. It is very lucrative right now. It's growing since the pandemic. The demand is really high for teaching English as a second language online with children overseas. So there's so many different things that you can do. And to get started with doing that, try to look into VIP Kid, which is an online ESL teaching platform and one of the largest. And then GoGo Kid, a fast upcoming platform that is growing for hiring teachers. And the potential earning for this is $400 or more a month. So definitely get into tutoring. And I know a lot of teachers are probably like, I'm not trying to tutor any more kids. Summer is here. I'm not doing that. But if you can structure your time and how you tutor, the kids, when you want to tutor them, think about it, because it's some really good money to make on the side. So number 3 is start a blog. A lot of people try to figure out, well, what can you do? How can you make your money starting a blog? Growing a blog does take time because it's about writing. It's almost like writing a diary every day. And you can start earning at least $1,000 per month by your 12th month if you are consistent. And it does start slow, which anything starts slow. And it is a lot of work because you have to put in the time and you have to put in the thought process of what you're going to make. What you do is you are finding a niche of what you're going to blog about. If you're going to blog about vacations, if you're going to blog about health and wellness or finances or whatever it is you're going to blog about, you can create revenues by taking ads. You can create revenues by becoming an affiliate market partner with a company that is associated with, not associated, but just in the same industry as your business. So you are promoting their services on your blog site. You can also influence other partnerships with brands, and this is how you're able to make your income. So you can start your blog on Bluehost, which is like a website, and I think it's like $2, $3 a month, for them to host you. You can also create your own blog on Wix, on there's many website templates out there where you can create your own blog site and then just get started on doing it. But definitely look into blogging and just become a pro with it. Take your time with it and just understand that it is a process for you to build your income on it, but it definitely does work. And the potential earning, again, is like $1,000 a month within the 12 months. It's all about being consistent with being a blogger. Number 2, ride sharing. Everybody is ride sharing right now. Uber, Lyft. There's others out there, but right now the popular 2 are Uber and Lyft. And if you are interested in making some extra money at 2 a.m., which me personally, I wouldn't be doing that, but for those that's out there and you probably up, and there's people up and out probably partying and can't drive, so they're calling Uber. You can do it. Don't wait to decide on, should I do this or should I not. Take the opportunity and just go for it. That's the confidence boost that I'm going to give you. You can set your own schedule. You can set your own hours. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to, work at 2 a.m. But the opportunity is there with Uber and Lyft. You can earn when you want and what you want at your terms. And it is your side hustle, and it can work anytime, anywhere. And how you get started with that, of course, you download the Uber app or the Lyft app, and you go from there. You put your car in. I think they do a background check on your license and your tag, things of that nature, and go from there. And you can make $1,000 a month or more, because I know people that are Uber drivers that make really good money, so definitely try the ride sharing business. And number 1 is deliver food and groceries. That's another ride sharing experience or hustle, like the Uber Eats. You have your Uber Eats, and then you have your Instacart, which is the one where you go to the grocery store and you shop for the customers, and then you take their groceries to them. Then you have Postmates, Uber Eats, DoorDash. You have all of these other ones that does the same thing, but every platform is different based on what they charge and what they pay. But do your research and see which one works for you. But of all of this, your potential earning is $600 a month or more, depending on how often you take gigs and how often you put yourself out there. So yes, so these were my picks that I researched. Like I said, I researched so many others, but I picked out the top 10 that I felt like would be conducive for everyone to try and go out there and make that money. It's no excuse for people to say there's no work, there's no money out there to be made. There's money out there to be made. It's just up to you to go out there and make it. So if this was helpful for you and very informative for you, be sure to subscribe. If you can leave a comment, leave a comment. You can also follow me on my group on Facebook at Simply Sunny. Also on YouTube at Simply Sunny. The brand is Simply Sunny. So definitely follow me on all those platforms, and be sure to continue to follow me for the next week, as I will be bringing you some more fun tips and ways on how to get busy living and how to live your life simple. I hope you enjoyed my show today, and I look forward to seeing you or hearing you or you hearing me on the next show. And as always, have hope, and that's holding on to positive energy and helping other people every day. Anything worth having is worth working hard for. Have a sunny day, beautiful faces. Until next time, I'll see you then.